Today is Wednesday, Parashat Vayelech. This coming Shabbat is also called Shabbat Shuvah. It's named after the first word of the Haftarah, Shuvah Yisrael ad Hashem Elokecha. Come back, Israel, to Hashem, your God. And Shuvah has to do with Teshuvah. It's the Shabbat that is included in the Aseret Yemet Shuvah, the 10 days of Teshuvah, that began on the day of Rosh Hashanah and will conclude on the day of Kippur. There are 7 days in between the 2 days of Rosh Hashanah and the day of Kippur. These 7 days include all the days of the week, so that each day we can correct through our Teshuvah whatever things that we did in the previous year on that day of the week that needs to be corrected. So today is Wednesday for all the Wednesdays of last year, then Thursday for all the Thursdays, the Shabbat for all the etc. throughout the whole week until we come to Tuesday, which will be the eve of Yom Kippur. Tshuva gets extra assistance from Shamayim during this week, so each of us to think what it is that he can improve, just like the first word of the Parashah of this coming Shabbat, Vayelech, Moshe went. What does it mean he went? In other words, he continues to progress, that a person, no matter whatever age, even Moshe Rabbeinu, at the end of his days, the final day, Vayelech, is still continuing to go forward. So let's think, all of us, about as we start this new year, to think about the progress that we can all continue to do, whether progress in learning Torah, progress in Mitzvot, progress in becoming a better person, progress and improvement in our relationship with others, etc. Parashah this week, Parashat Vayelech, includes the 2 final mitzvot of the Torah. Mitzvat Hakel and the mitzvah of writing a Sefer Torah. Hakel actually is really applicable this year in a way. Mitzvat Hakel is on the year right after the Shnat HaShmita, right after the 7th year, the Shemitah year, which was just concluded, 5782. The next year is the year after Shnat HaShmita. In Chol HaMoed of Sukkot, the mitzvah was to gather all of Am Yisrael, and that the king would read from the book of Devarim, and that Hakel, which means to gather, is the year of the gathering. So this year, Parashat, this year, the year after the Shemitah year is called Shnat Hakel, and the mitzvah to gather all of Am Yisrael to read in front of them the Torah is the 612th mitzvah in the Torah. 613 mitzvah, and that's the final mitzvah in the Torah, is the mitzvah to write a Sefer Torah. Obviously, if you're a scribe and able to write it, then you write it yourself. If you're not, then you can delegate that to a scribe to write it. But it's not just writing a whole Sefer Torah. Even if you participated by sponsoring one letter or participating by concluding the letters that the Sefer Torah is, when there is a dedication, you typically will leave a few letters to complete. If you participated in that, any participation in the writing of that Sefer Torah is considered to be fulfilling this final mitzvah of the whole Torah, which is the 613th mitzvah. But it's not just about the Sefer Torah that is written on a parchment that is kept in the Aron Kodesh in the synagogue, but most importantly, the books of Torah, of teaching Torah, whether it is the Chumash or the Navi or the Drashot or any Torah books that you may have in your own private library, are most important aspect of fulfilling this mitzvah of writing a Sefer Torah, because it's not just about writing the Sefer Torah and keeping it in the Aron. It's more about reading from it, learning from the Torah, and learning all the various books that are associated with the Torah, whether it's Torah Shebichtav or Torah Shebe'al Peh, Drashot, and that's something that really, as we think about Teshuvah, about coming back to Hashem and reconnecting in a way, the best way to reconnect with Hashem and the best way that we can have teshuvah available to us is as we add more learning of Torah. That's the Torah is a kind of a master key for teshuvah. The more you connect with Torah, the more a person will be able to do teshuvah and to really reconnect with Hashem in a way that brings so much meaning and so much blessing to a person's life. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.